First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dawaba from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And as you see on my phone screen here, I got One Body Dallas Israelites. And as you see, the title of their video is Give Me 2 or 3 Precepts That Esau is the White Man. Let's weigh the fire. You know, so someone asked a question and they said, give him 2 or 3 precepts that Esau is the white man. And what this clown said is that he going to give you 2 or 3 precepts that Esau is not the white man. And you know what? These guys, hey, that's why we always say, hey, you got to try the spirit. A lot of these guys are going to be destroyed. Point blank period. Because they scattering the sheep. They not feeding the sheep. They done took the bag. They don't care, man. They're hirelings and they don't give a fuck. And they're going to be destroyed in good riddance. The Heavenly Father about to start making a example of a lot of motherfucking Israelite groups in a minute. You know, you're about to start making an example of a lot of Israelite groups in a minute. And it's going to be known, you know, guys like this who bullshitting and took the bag, man, who leading a lot of people down a path of destruction and will be destroyed, you know, and fuck them, you know. But either way it goes, man, I'm going to sit up here and let this play. I'm going to grab a few precepts. I might grab a couple of more. But either way it goes, I'm going to let this play. And then, you know, we'll get it going.
Oh, it's all practice one doctrine. Today's class. Give me 2 or 3 precepts that Esau is the white man. Let's weigh the fire.
Let's weigh the fire on that, sisters and brothers. Let's weigh the fire on that. Let's get in the comment board and weigh the fire. Can anybody give me 2 or 3 precepts that Esau is the white man? And I'm going to give you 2 or 3 spiritual precepts that Esau not the white man. Esau.
So let's go ahead and go. So he sit up here talking out the side of his neck. You know, we going to give you those spiritual precepts, man, that Esau is the white man. Point blank, period. They clowns like this going to be destroyed. Good riddance. So let's sit up here and get it started. First precept is here. I'm going to go to Job. Salakia. Let me go to Job first. Chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Who is the earth being controlled by right now? Who got their hands in everything in the earth? Who controls everything? Who controls the system over here in America? Who controls the systems around the world? Who people use who money is on the face and everybody use it all around the world? Come on, people. We don't have to sit up here and guess it. It says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Who's the wicked? And he covered the faces of the judges thereof. When you look up God, who they got him painted as? Who they got a picture of? A so-called white man with little naked babies around him, with reaching out his hand to another so-called naked. Come on, man. I don't even want to say that shit. But let's sit up here and take a look at who the wicked they talking about. So let's go to Malachi. Malachi chapter 1. And we'll sit up here and start at 2. I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau's Jacob's brother? Said the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So Esau, Edom, is the border of wickedness. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Who is the wicked? Esau, Edom. So you got it plain right here, and the Lord has an indignation against them forever. A righteous hatred toward them. You know? So let's sit up here and see who's Esau, Edom. Let's go to Genesis chapter 25. And 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out. And his hand took hold of Esau's heel. And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years when she bare them. When she bare them. You know. So Esau Edom. So the first came out red all over. And then it said the second one came out and had a hold of Esau, but they didn't sit up here and describe because he looked like the people of those times. They described Esau because he looked different from everybody else. They said he came out red. And so if we sit up here and say, who looks red when they come out? Okay, let's sit up here and let's sit up here and take a look at something real quick. You know, well, here it is, you know, they sit up here and they show this. But here, let's go to the images. Here you go. You know, look at how they look when they're born. No, a good little picture right there. Look at that. Look at them. They look red. Look at them. Look at them. You don't have to sit up here and guess this. You can look up these pictures and sit up here and see exactly what it means. They said it came out red like a hairy garment. Those garments that were dyed red back in those days, they said that's just how he looked. You know, there are other pictures that's even better than that depicts them and shows them even more so how they really look. You know? But people sit up here and want to pretend like they don't see the pictures and they pretend like they don't read Revelation chapter 1 and somewhere around verse 11 through 14 or 15 when it says that the son that his feet was of copper, it looked like burnt brass, Salakia, and his hair was wool. When you look up burnt brass, you see what it looked like, a copper penny. It looks like a penny, you know, a dark brown penny, somewhere in that mix. But people pretend like they don't see these scriptures, you know, because they've been fooled and they got clowns like this who put out this nonsense because he's joined with his master, got the bag, you know. But here, there was something else I was going to sit up here and look up. Let's sit up here and go back to Genesis. I think it's Genesis 33. I want to say 33 or 36. Here you go. Esau's. And Salakia for a second. So here you go. Now look at this. This is Genesis 36 and 1. Now these are the generations of Esau. Who is Edom? Now here's the other point. It said, who is Edom? So when you sit up here and go into the back to Malachi, we'll go back to Malachi real quick. Let's go back to Malachi real quick. So that way you can get the whole thing. This is Malachi chapter 1. It says, whereas Edom said, this Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Hey, Salakia, brothers, hold on. I'm at work. Give me 1 second. Salakia, brothers. Salakia. I was at work. Someone had a question for me, so forgive me about that. But let's go back to Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Now you see it says, whereas Edom. So when we sit up here and go back to Genesis, guess what Genesis chapter 36 says? Now these are the Genesis chapter 36 and verse 1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. So it's letting you know Esau is Edom, you know. And we always say, like, you know, the Israelites, it's a people before it's place. Point blank, period. Esau is a people before it's a place, you know. But it says Esau, who is Edom. Now, if you sit up here and go a little bit further down, I'm just going to go a little bit further down. And this is Genesis 36 and 40. And these are the names of the dukes that came of Esau, according to their families, after their places, by their names: Duke Timnah, Duke Alva, Duke Jedith, Duke Ahalabaha, I might be saying that wrong, Duke Elah, Duke Pinion, Duke Kenaz, Duke Teman, Duke Mibzar, Duke Magdiel, Duke Iram. These be the dukes of Edom, according to their habitation in the land of their possessions. He is Esau, the father of the Edomites. So my whole point is, when you read these scriptures, everything is said. Matter of fact, let me get that too real quick, because he stood up here and said he's going to give you precepts. Let's go to Isaiah 28 in chapter 10. Verse 10. It says, for precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Now, this is what you're supposed to do. You put precept upon precept, you know. So if we sit up here and go to Job 9 and 24, it says the earth given into the hands of the wicked. We go to Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. It says what? Esau, Edom is the border of wickedness. When you sit up here and go, who is Esau? Who's Esau, Edom? When you go into Genesis chapter 36, it says Esau is Edom. But when you go further down into what I was reading, these are the precepts. And see, these guys sit up here and come with their bullshit and nonsense, man, and mislead people. And when you sit up here and go down this, go all the way down here to Genesis 36 and 43. Duke Magiel, Duke Iram, these be the dukes of Edom, according to their habitation in the land of their possessions. He is Esau, the father of the Edomites. So Esau is the father of the Edomites. Who's the Edomites? The so-called white people. Point blank, period. Now, to get the point, to even make the point even better, let's sit up here and go into the dukes. Who y'all all seen the Dukes of Hazzard? Dukes. Here you go. Dukes meaning a male holding the highest hereditary title in the British and certain other periods. So here it is, a male holding a highest hereditary title in British and certain other peerages. So if you sit up here and if you take that to be what it is, just give you images. Dukes. Even though they sit up here now they want to be funny. But here it is. It says Duke. Look at it. You know, Esau want to be funny now, but these are your dukes. Here you go, right here. Here you go, right here. They showing you a pale male. So if you look at Genesis chapter 36 and you read down, and it says Esau made him name them. Who's the dukes? When you look at the word duke, guess who uses that word duke now in this time? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. So when guys like that I don't know his name and I don't really care to know it, you know, from one body. Hey, when guys like that sit up here and mislead people and say the stuff they say, man, they don't understand, man. You're leading people down a dangerous path, and you're going to get a lot of them destroyed by lying. Now, he said he's going to find precepts that don't say Esau is the white man, which I wish I should have listened to that part, but I really didn't want to hear the nonsense. But here it is. You just got a few precepts that prove, that show you Esau is the so-called white man. You know, and there are many more in the scriptures that could sit up here and lead up to the characteristics of this fool. You know, but people like him, man, are going to lead a lot of people down a dirty path. So with that, hey, and you know what? Let me go ahead and get this too, man. I'm sitting up here talking about it. Let me just go ahead and grab this scripture real quick. You know, what is that? 1 John. I sit up here and say, hey, 1 John chapter 4. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are going out into the world. And there you go. You got to try the spirit, man. You can't be just listening to anybody. These clowns will tell you anything and say anything to you. And they're going to get a lot of people destroyed with their nonsense and bullshit. And like what it says in First Peter, he's going to begin at his, if he's going to, what was that? He's going to begin at his, what is it? Hold on. First Peter chapter 4. Let me just go ahead and read it so I don't butcher it. For time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. And if it first begin at the house at us, what shall be the end? What shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh? Hey, he's going to start with people who know they're the Israelites. Point blank, period. He said, hey, it's going to begin at the house of Yahweh. Men and women who know they're Israelites. And they're going to be fucking destroyed. Point blank, period. And then what's the end going to be to them that don't know it? But with that, man, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful light that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and Abba Ball and Anya Habatham Akim. Shalom.